ことなんて忘れた方がマシさこれ以上しゃれてる時間はない何がこの空へどきのだろうだけど明日の予定もわからない
Hey guys, and the long-awaited video for my channel for this is now coming on. Now, first off, I want to let you guys know that I have already done a review of part 1 of Adventures Try already, so I will be leaving a title card within this video by just pressing that I that appears on the screen. You can check out, and it will also be appearing right at the end of this video as well, where you can click on it as well and check out my other reviews for the other Adventure Try films. Now, this is the manga UK release of Try's dub, and I want to first off get some, before I go into the cast and my thoughts on the English dub as well, I want to go through a quick rundown of the packaging as well. So we've got this, we've got the main package here. As you can see, we have the front of the cover right here having Digimon Adventures Try's Chapter 1 Reunion in white, triangle there on the side. We've got one of the promotional posters here of the cast with their Digimon on the trolley cart with the Digimon Adventures Try logo down the bottom. It hasn't got that blue background. I have a funny feeling that blue background was included in the American release to give it that somewhat homage to the American logo in some way. The UK doesn't have that, and I do prefer it like this over that blue background. That blue background in the American release looks very out of place. Now on the back we have got images on the side here with the bio or in the angle. Now that's something that I really don't like, is how they place that, and I've already done scans for this with another for somebody to use for promotional images on withthewill.net or .com, but I'll be leaving a link to that article down in the video description down below as well. But yeah, that is the sleeve. So when we take it off, we can then have the actually, this is a reversible sleeve. This ain't the proper front store sleeve that will come as when it's not the collector's edition. This is the reversible side without like the old age rating or anything. It's a bit more of a clean look and everything, and it's a bit more inverted. So instead of the like greyish background for all the text, it's white with the same images, same details and logos, but in black instead. And this time we have Digimon Adventures Try Chapter 1 Reunion down in the corner here. Now when you open it up, you will have the disc in there, but I left it in my PS4 because I was watching it just so I can get into the full effect of this video. It comes with 4 art cards. I will post an image with one of these along with this review as well, and the same with an image of the poster as well that comes with it. And an image of what the disc actually looks like as well. And as you can see in the inside here, you can see that the original proper storefront side of the sleeve will be like the slipcover that it comes packaged with. So one of the reasons why I was able to show this and talk to you about the other side of the slipcover is mainly because this main slipcover is this, with all the information like the age rating and everything on there, and then the other one is the Japanese movie poster with Tai, Matt and Omnimon and Alphamon on there. Now I want to talk about the returning cast members. Now I have wrote them down because I'm not very good at remembering names, so excuse me but when I look at this piece of paper. So first off, the returning cast members are pretty much, I'll be reading off this list, are Joshua Seth as Tai, Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Sora, Mona Marshall as Izzy, Phyllis Sampler as Mimi, Tom Farn as Agumon, Kirk Thornton as Gabumon, Melody Spivak as Birdramon, Jeff Nimoy as Tinmon Slash Kabuterimon, Anna Garduno as Palmon, Mary Devon as Togemon, R. Martin Klen as Gomamon, Laura Summer as Patamon, and Dave as Angemon. So they are the returning cast members. Now, I will be going through the new cast members as well in their own detail. I just wanted to talk more about the performances. Joshua Seth returning as Tai is one of the major ones that I really wanted to cover in this video as much as possible as well. So first off, his performance was really well done. He really did aged up Tai a little bit more. Even though in all his interviews he said his voice has always been a little bit of a higher version of his normal voice, Tai is pretty much his normal voice and it's just a little bit older. So hopefully there'll be one time when Tai gets older in these films, or if we get to see him in adult as Tribe before the epilogue part and we hear him speak, he uses his normal voice, because that's pretty much his normal voice as Tai but higher pitched, and it was a great performance. There was slight iffiness during his scene with just near the lake or river when he's speaking to Agumon, and it was a little bit out of place. It seems like he got out of character a little bit, but I understand that, accept it, because he hasn't been doing voice work a lot of time for a long time, so he was still a little bit rusty, so I accepted that he didn't do it as much. Colleen O'Shaughnessy's performance as Sora, really great performance, and as you know, I will also be promoting my interview, my Skype interview with her as well in this video, so you can also check out the eye, and I'll be posting it as well here, so you guys can check it out as well. So a lot of great Digimon videos that you can check out after this thoughts video, but her performance was really great. Definitely now that she has a lot of voice roles behind her belt and she's a much more established voice actor, and her performance as Sora has definitely shown that her returning to these roles were like putting an old pair of shoes back on, because of how much she probably fell in love, because Sora was one of her first anime roles she ever done, so it was great that she returned to voice the character, as much as I think a lot of people wish the rest of the cast returned for this as well, because I know a lot of voice actors who voiced in the original of certain characters would have loved to just come out of retirement to voice these characters again, because they love them so much. Mona Marshall. Now, after watching Try Again for the third time, 2 times on my official Blu-ray, the first being an online stream, and it was a really great performance. She actually aged Izzy up, and it just sounded natural. You can still hear the hints of Izzy there from Adventure and Adventure 2 in her voice, but in Try, she went a stage up and made him sound a little bit older and sound a little bit more adult in his voice, because there was a slight change, but it just sounds like a natural evolution of her Izzy performance. Tom Farn as Agumon. What can I say? Everything for me for this dub fell on Joshua Seth returning and Tom Farn returning to these characters. For English dub fans, this is Chapter 1 reunion that we're getting reintroduced to these characters. But for English dub fans, these are reintroducing the characters that we fell in love with back as kids. Back as when we heard these characters for the first time with English voices, and we wanted them back for this movie. So that's one scene where Agumon appeared and pepper breathed Kawagamon, and then goes, Tai, you got bigger tight, and they hugged. It brought smiles. I almost went into tears because of the nostalgia factor of just hearing those two rekindle and talk again with each other as those characters and reuniting. Just bring back memories of when they first met in Adventure 1 and all the adventures they went with. Kurt Thorne as Gabumon, he sounds exactly like he was back when he done the series. He has not, his voice hasn't changed at all. It doesn't sound like he aged it. It sounded exactly back in the day of when Digimon Season 1 and 2 were on television. And it just is amazing. Melody Spavak, I think I pronounced it. Her Birdramon, we don't hear it much. We only get to hear that one, presumably that one moment when she goes, Birdramon, in the devolution sequence, but it sounded exactly the same. At the same time, I think they just pulled the audio from one of the old episodes and just put it in there, but it just seemed like, it didn't seem like that, but it just sounded so perfect. Jeff Nimoy as Tentomon. What can I say? He was the first guy to announce that he was returning as his character for Try. He's Tentomon. His voice hasn't changed or anything. It's exactly the same as it was back in the series. The performance was great with him. Same with his Kabuterimon. It sounds really, really great hearing him as those. Garduno Palmon. You can tell she's aged. The voice actress aged a little bit. You can tell it within the voice performing Palmon, but it's not that bad of a performance either. But you can tell. Same with Mari Devon as Togemon. You can tell that the ageness is there, but it sounds just as much as you remember it from the first series. As much. Also, R. Martin Klein as Gomon sounded exactly like he did back in the series. I could not hear any differences. There might have been some subtle differences, but when I watched this, I watched it 3 times, I couldn't hear any subtle differences. He sounded like Gomamon. He sounded like I remember him. Remembered Gomamon back when I was a kid, watching this on Fox Kids in the UK, and it just shows how much it happened and changed. Laura Sommer's Patamon, she still sounds like Patamon. Doesn't matter how far away she left this series, her voice of Patamon still sounds like Patamon back from Season 1, back from Season 2, and that is just amazing part. And Dave Mallow as Angemon, he sounds like Angemon. Some of these performances, they sound exactly like they did back in the day. There's no aging on these, but you can see they stepped back into these shoes, into these characters they loved, that they'd done 2 full seasons of, and they love these characters so much. Same with Phyllis Sample as Mimi. You can tell she aged a little bit as Mimi as well in the voice, but she sounds like Mimi, and how Mimi is acting in Try with the Japanese dub, it feels much more like how she acted in the dub anyway, and it fits Mimi's character a lot. Now I want to go back to the new cast members, and I want to talk about their performances as well a little bit as well in this. So first off, the first voice actor that is new to the series is Vic Mignogna. He's not new to the franchise. He voiced Chris in Digimon Fusion, but he's now taken up the role of Matt. And everybody was bummed that the original voice actor didn't return, and he even was bummed himself. But I could say this, Vic did a perfect job of sounding like an older Matt. It sounded older, and his voice fitted the character. I really did love this performance that he brought to Matt. It just felt like a natural progression. It was a great performance. I really did enjoy it as much as everybody else. We have a new voice for Joe under the name of Robbie Damon. I think he voiced Tuxedo Mask in the Viz Media dub of Sailor Moon and in Crystal, and he did Joe. They in the interviews he said they did say that to not try to voice match the original voice actor, not try to think, but he even stayed in the mention that he went back, watched the original series, and tried to make Joe's voice sound like what an older Joe from the original voice series would have sounded like. Now we have Johnny Young Bosch, the third voice of TK. Now this being TK, I've been used to TK's voice changing so suddenly 2 times already, from a female voice actress voicing him as a child back in season 1 to Doug Eroltz as TK. And yes, I will be mentioning Doug Eroltz and my thoughts on why he didn't return as TK. There's a lot of speculations. I want to know why he didn't return. The fact that he's in this and he could have voiced both characters is beyond me. But Johnny Young Bosch is a paired great with Vic. They're both singers, so they're both musicians and everything. So the balance of between the two really worked well with them coming off, and his TK just sounded a little bit older, and really great. It reminded me of a different character he voiced in Toradora. It definitely very sounded like that as much as possible. Now we have Tara Sands, Mokuba Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! As Kari. Her voice changes drastically. With her performance for Kari changes in the first scene where she's trying to wake up Tai. It sounds like the original voice. It sounded like Laura J. Miller, I think. It sounded like her, and then it just suddenly changes tones gradually. It's like she couldn't find the perfect voice. It sounds like she was trying to match the original Kari because of how much Kari's voice was so much interested and unique to the character, that she was trying to match that, and it kept on changing to try and find that pitch. We have Christine V as playing the new character Meiko. She's new to the franchise. Her voice for Meiko is really great, fits the character perfectly. She played a lot of similar characters in a lot of different animes before. If you're a fan of Christina V, then you know her character that she has played and the roles that fitted her to this. And Meiko is now one of those, and she's done characters like Meiko before in other anime. We have Carl Herber, the voice of Gohan in Dragon Ball Z and Super, and he does Greymon, Metal Greymon, and War Greymon. His Greymon and Metal Greymon, well, we didn't hear, were a bit weird, sounded a bit auto-tuney in some elements. But his War Greymon, he did try to mimic, voice match Lex Lang, the original War Greymon's voice, because when I first heard, when he said War Greymon, when they changed to War Greymon in the scene, and when they appeared, I thought it was the original War Greymon, even though it was Carl Herber voicing it. He did try to voice match War Greymon, and it worked. Now this is a character that I'm a little bit annoyed with, and the voice was a little bit slicing. So we have a new voice for Biyomon, and Jeremy Lay. I'm sorry, but when I hear you play Biyomon, I don't see you as Sora's Biyomon. This is the one type of character, because Biyomon was one of my favourite Digimon back in the first 2 seasons. With a lot of the Digimon have these unique character voices, and you just failed trying to voice match the original actor. I'm sorry, I know I should always give other voice actors a chance to play these characters and everything, and I did. But every time I heard her speak as Biyomon, I just thought, is that a different Biyomon? That must be a different Biyomon, because that's not the same Biyomon Zora had back in Season 1 and Season 2. That's definitely a different Biyomon. And that's what kept on going in my mind, because of how I remember the voice of Biyomon. And I will compare the two, and there is significant differences between them. That the Biyomon in this series, in this first part, is not Biyomon from Sora. So to me that is, even though it's meant to be Sora's Biyomon back from the first 2 seasons, the voice just doesn't work for her. We have Kate Higgins, not also returning to the Digimon franchise. She appeared in Digimon's Data Squad as one of the characters from DATS. I think she played one of the female characters with Pawn Chessmon as her partner edition. I think she had the white one or the black Pawn Chessmon, but I can't remember. But she voices Gotomon and Meicoomon. Now, Meicoomon is a new Digimon, so the voice that she gives to Meicoomon, I love it because it's new. That's the voice she gave to Meicoomon, and I love that attachment that she gave to Meicoomon. Gotomon / Tailmon, on the other hand, this was the one time I think any character, if they could have gotten the original voice actress for Gotomon, I would have been happy, but this was also another instance where I wish they tried to voice match or included those like cat mannerisms the original voice actress had with Gotomon. You know, those perfect type mannerisms, but those little hints of like cat type tone in the voice in Gotomon. She didn't have this. This Gotomon sounded younger and everything. I don't know if they were trying to match the Japanese voice actress for Gotomon this time around, but for me, Gotomon had that uniqueness, that like oldish, like wise, like voice, but with those cat voice mannerisms that Gotomon had in the first two seasons, and she didn't really portray that all as well. We then return back to Biamon's new voice actress. Back again, we come back to Jeremy Lay, but she's voicing Maki, and her performance as Maki, you instantly hear her. If you've seen the first 4 parts of Try, you know what Maki's going to end up being. And the voice she gave Maki Himagawa, fits that character. You already go to the point where you do not like her. I literally instantly, even though I knew ahead of time of what Try's going to end up going to be, this instantly made me not trust her from the get-go, just like in the Japanese dub. When I first saw the first part, link to the review will be appearing on the screen. But it just made me instantly not trust her because the voice just fits Maki so perfectly that it just seems really great in matching. Now we have an old voice actor returning to the franchise that voiced one of the Digidestins before, voicing a new character, and that is Doug Erholtz. He's voicing Daigo. Now, this is the kind of character, we have several voice actors that are voicing two characters in there. We have Kamerale voicing Biyomon and Maki Himagawa. And she voices both of those characters. We have Jeff Nimoy voicing Tentomon and Kabuterimon, and Kurt Thornton voicing Gabumon, Garurumon, Were-Garurumon, and Metal Garurumon, and sharing a role with Carl Haber of Omnimon. Doug Erholtz could have done both TK and Daigo. Now, don't get me wrong, his voice for Daigo really is well, but I think a lot of people have mentioned before, stated that I think the voice that TK got from Johnny Young Bosch would have fitted better with Daigo, and I do agree with this 100%. I agree with that a lot. At the same time, I think Doug could have voiced both characters because his Daigo voice is really laid back, very laid back, and very fits the character a lot. But I still think that he could have voiced both characters, because I would have loved to have then it being nearly all the original Digidestins having the original voice actors back, -2 instead of 3. But that is just my opinion. Dub translations. It is a faithful translation to the Japanese script. There is some hints of some nods to the English dub. There was a scene where there is a hint of the word prodigious in there. I think fans were going to be mad if there wasn't Izzy using his catchphrase of prodigious in the dub, regardless, because that is his catchphrase in the dub and it needed to be included, and I was happy when I heard it as well. I talked about the story about Try as well in the subbed release, so you can check that out as well, so you get to the full story and synopsis within that review. This is just my thoughts on the dub. I really enjoyed the dub. I've watched it now 3 times dubbed and I loved it because I'm more attached to the English dub. I love watching Digimon subbed. I can go back and forth, but if I ever just want to watch it and play it in the background, I will watch it dubbed because I am attached to these characters, these English voice actors to Digimon with the English dub, and I'm attached to it. Digimon Try is a great faithful adaptation in the English dub language, and is a great way for fans that have been waiting for this to be dubbed. You will not be disappointed with this. Yes, a majority of the cast have not come back, but the majority of the cast that did return and returned to their voice and their characters from the original series is a great way of helping you like the new voice actors as well. I did mention some of the nitpicks I had with some of the new casts of voices, and I have given them a try and chance as well, but I just cannot help but think of the original voice actors in these roles that should have been voicing these characters, and that is something that I really wanted back in this series. But these new voice actors for these characters that we grew up with and loved are going to be the new voice actors, and these are the ones that I will be having to get used to now for the remaining of the Try movies, and that is pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my thoughts video on the English dub of Digimon Adventure Try. You can check out everything about my thoughts on that down in the description, where you can find the links to the Skype interview with Colleen O'Shaughnessy, the voice actress of Sora. Or you can also check out my review of Digimon Adventure Try Part 1 Reunion back when it was first aired on Crunchyroll, when it first came out, down in the video description. Or click the I, or wait till the end where the title card will pop up and show you the 2 images as well. But that is it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoy all my many reviews. I've been your host, Kai from Kōji Corner, member of the 00 Club, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. See ya. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this thoughts video of Digimon Adventures Try Chapter 1 Reunions English dub. If you like this, you can hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below your thoughts on the cast, what you liked about the dub down in the comment sections down below, and also don't forget to check out the Part 1, the Skype interview, and if you want to check out my thoughts on Part 2 of English dub, that will be coming out when Manga Entertainment announces Part 2 of Digimon Adventures Try. See you next time. Bye bye for now. See ya.